Alright, this is a 12-bar blues that I've written specifically for you. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through kind of each measure at a time. And the measure is the space between these lines. Bar lines is what they're called. We've been spending a long time working on this, which is the 2nd fret and the 4th fret. Metal bars are frets on the 5th string. And I'm also playing the 6th string, the big string on the guitar. And I'm strumming the 2 strings. And I'm going 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. And that means that mix up all together, hitting each of those notes twice, 2 times in a row, is a whole measure. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I'm done. I don't go to 5 because I'm in what's called 4/4 time. So I'll actually start over again. If I was to just play the same thing over and over again and play the same measure over and over again, I'd go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. But what I've got here is, if you look at the sheet, it's marked 12-bar blues in E. You'll see on the 2nd measure, the 2nd section where the 2 lines are written on the end, it's the middle of the top line. You'll see that I've switched strings. Now I'm on the 4th and 5th strings, doing exactly the same thing as I was doing on the 5th and 6th strings. So 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. And if you look at the 3rd measure, the end of the top line, you'll see I've switched back to the 5th and 6th strings. On the 2nd line, the 1st section, you'll see that I'm repeating that on the 5th and 6th strings. On the middle section right here, on the 2nd line, you'll see I've switched back to the 4th and 5th strings. And I'm doing it again on the end of the 2nd line, the 3rd measure on the 2nd line, or the 6th measure overall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going back on the 3rd line, the 1st section, you'll see I'm going back to the 5th and 6th strings, doing again the same thing. And then again in the middle one, on the 3rd line, I'm going back to these. Now, what we're going to see after that is some variations. The chord that we worked on last time was called a B7 chord. On the 5th string, I have a finger on the 2nd fret. On the 4th string, I have a finger on the 4th fret, on the 1st fret. On the 3rd string, I have also a finger on the 2nd fret. I'm just going to play those 3 notes. Now, you'll see that I play it 5 times, but I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm going to count it so it makes more sense in terms of musical sense. 1 and 2 and 3. And then the next one, I'm just going to play the open string and the 2nd fret, sort of like the very first 2 notes that I played in the song. And I'm going to hit it 5 times, or 1 and 2 and 3. And then I have a little note, a single note here, that's just the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And if you want, what's kind of fun is you can bend it. I mean, you can pull the string down while you're holding it down, and it goes. Isn't that kind of a cool sound? So I'll go. But the next one is the very first line too, like that. Don't hold on. Let me get all the way through it so you can get to play it. So I'll go and 2 and 3, 4. And then here's what we call a turnaround. What I'm going to do is hit these notes. 5th fret on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, 4th fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then I'm just going to hit that one note, the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and that's the beginning of the last measure, and then I'm going to go hit open, 1, 2, and I'm going to kind of rest for a second to let that come out, and then I'll start over. Here's from the beginning. I'm repeating. Now, I'm going to stop the video here and we'll talk.